This video is how to make Millefiori beads. We will create beads in Millefiori style for Model Magic clay. The objectives are to demonstrate tinting of clay through the addition of crayon shavings or washable marker ink. You'll demonstrate creation of a multicolor cane to slice for the Millefiori method. You'll sculpt at least 3 large beads and adorn them with slices of the cane using the Millefiori method. You'll use all remaining cane slices as small beads, and then you'll reflect on the successes and challenges of your bead making experience. Why? Creating Millefiori beads in glassware is a world-famous technique that allows artists to make intricate decorative patterns very easily. The Millefiori method can be used in many different materials, such as glass and polymer clay. The word Millefiori is from the Italian language mille meaning thousand and fiori meaning flower. The materials to gather are your Model Magic clay package, crayons and/or washable markers, your wooden skewer, and scissors. So the first thing that you could do is cut your Model Magic clay into some pieces. And I'm gonna kind of tint my Model Magic clay with some of these different colors. So these examples are tinted with crayon shavings, and it's pretty like pastel or subtle in color. And I'm gonna see if I can get some more vibrant color with markers instead. First, I'll show you how to do the tinting with crayons if that's all you got at home. So just literally pick a color that you want to use. I'm just going to pick orange. Take your scissors. Take the piece of clay that you want to tint and just scrape shavings of wax crayon off like this. It takes quite a bit to make a difference. I'm going to start with this, and I'll show you that even with this amount, it takes quite a bit. You can kind of pick up any loose shavings like that. So then you want to just mix it with your fingers. See, that's very light and subtle. So it takes a lot of crayon shavings to change the color. So keep going. Now I'll incorporate this batch of shavings, kind of folding it in. Some shavings to pick up there. It's getting there. I have a very subtly tinted light orange right now, but go a couple more rounds. Okay, I'm going one more bit and then I'll call it good on the crayon demo. Okay, so that's a demo on how to use crayon to add color. It's orange, but it's a light orange. It's pretty subtle. So crayons will give you subtle color like that. Now I'm going to try a very similar technique, but using washable marker as the tint. So with a piece of white Model Magic, just color the white a bit. This might stain your hands. I'm a little afraid of that. Same thing, just kind of, oh yeah, that's getting a lot darker faster. So if you have access to washable markers, try those too. And it will kind of stain your fingers, but it's washable. Oh, I like that, that's pretty. Add a little more. I'm going to reserve about that much for the beads, and you need kind of a big chunk for your for one of the colors. So I'm going to make my biggest chunk yellow. Okay, so you're going to need 4 or 5 similar sized colors, one that's a little bit bigger, and then reserve some clay to be the bases of the big beads, and try to aim for making at least 3 larger beads if your clay permits. And so this is how you kind of make the Millefiori canes. So with your largest color, you are going to kind of make a rectangle. If you have any of these, you can kind of use them as a small rolling pin. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but aim for your largest color section being kind of a rectangle. And obviously that's not perfect, but it'll do. So now you get to get a little bit creative, and you need to roll a few tubes that are the same length as your rectangle. I can already tell that my yellow is going to need to be longer. So I'm going to kind of stretch my rectangle a little bit longer as I go to accommodate my colors. Okay, so when you have all your kind of rolls like that, then you roll the yellow or the outer color kind of around everything. And try to make it meet. Okay. This is good. This is what you want. Now you roll this much longer. And try to keep it even as you roll it. Don't try to go too fast. I'm kind of starting in the middle and then moving my hands out. Okay, so when your diameter is about that thick, that'll do. I'm gonna cut off a couple of the ends because I don't, well, actually they do look pretty cool. So you can see that all of the colors are in there, and they look pretty cool. So scissors come in handy. I think scissors actually work better than a knife does. And you'll want to just make a bunch of little slices. See how thin I'm slicing them, for starters. Isn't that cool how you can kind of make a really cool flower pattern kind of a thing out of these? So they kind of might be squished like that when you cut them, but just squish them back out so the pattern is kind of even. Ooh. You usually get a good side and a bad side. Okay, so now I'll show you kind of how to make one of these beads out of it. I'll take kind of one of my smaller pieces left for circle, roll it into a ball as best you can. It doesn't have to be perfectly textured because it's going to be covered up. Then use your skewer go through for a bead, and you can kind of round out your bead how you like it once it's on the skewer. And then you take these pieces and just press them on. And however many will fit, just stick them on there. All right, so this one is all covered, and you can kind of mold it with your fingers down so it's not so bumpy, or even kind of go like this to kind of smooth it out a bit. Okay, I like how that turned out. So I'm gonna remove it carefully now and let it dry, and then just repeat the process for my other pieces. That one doesn't want to come off as much. There we go. I'm going for my third larger bead. Goes pretty fast once you get the hang of it. Now I'm going to make some small beads with the remainder of my cane. So I'm going to cut them thicker than I did for the slices that I put on the big beads. I'm going to maybe go about this thick. Okay, so the easiest kind of bead to make with these ends up looking like a heart. And what you do is you start with your pretty circular shape there. And then when you put it on the skewer, it automatically kind of makes a heart shape because of the pressure. And so just kind of move it up there. Can kind of maybe make the bottom of the heart a little bit nicer if it's kind of raggedy at the bottom. But it kind of naturally makes a cute little heart shape. So just repeat like that. Bring those beads up like this and see what you get. Okay, so you can either leave beads on the skewer or take them off, it doesn't really matter. And preferably these need to dry out for a week before you do anything with them. So just leave them somewhere to dry. And it takes an exceptionally long time for these to actually dry out to the point of being kind of hard. And these ones I made like more than a month ago, and I think they're as hard as they're gonna get, but they still even have a little bit of softness to them. And that's kind of what you get with this type of clay. But you won't really want to do anything else with them. Just kind of get them somewhere out of the way to dry.